Parker Schnabel's crew went through a punishing season 15, falling short of their goal and leaving everyone wondering if the whole season had been a flop. But when payday arrived, something astonishing happened. The checks they received were massive, far larger than the gold they actually mined could possibly explain. It's a lot. And it's a lot for me to process. This is only the start of the battle for me. Yeah. And you need me to win the battle as well. I need to be your biggest supporter here. I think you'll have a good time here. I think you'll do well. So where did all that extra money really come from? The answer lies in the hidden economy of the show and Parker's secret financial strategy. We're about to break down the jaw-dropping numbers and reveal the real reason Parker's crew always comes out ahead, even when the gold count looks like a loss. When millions aren't enough. Season 15 was supposed to be Parker Schnabel's big victory lap. The young gun of the Yukon set an absolutely wild target, 10,000 ounces of gold. To put that in perspective, that's more than 600 pounds of pure gold, worth nearly $30 million at the time. It was the kind of number that builds legends, but the Yukon had other plans. Right from the start, everything went wrong. The weather turned brutal. The permafrost was thicker than concrete. And the multi-million-dollar machines seemed to break down if someone even looked at them the wrong way. Ready? Oh, yeah. It's just, man, that's pretty wild for that thing to pop like that. Yes. Yeah. Broke the eye right off the end of it. Yeah. Broke right off. Well, I can figure out how we're going to get this thing out of here. The pressure was crushing. Parker, famous for his non-stop drive, pushed his crew harder than ever. We're talking 16-hour days, 7 days a week, 4 months straight. This isn't your average 9 to 5. It's a grueling, soul-draining marathon with no finish line in sight. It's funny when you think about it, most people complain about an 8-hour shift. These guys are out there in freezing mud for double that, no weekends, no breaks. The dream of 10,000 ounces quickly turned into a nightmare. Parker had to make a tough call. He dropped the goal to a more realistic 8,000 ounces. Even with lowered expectations, the struggle stayed brutal. Every day was a fight. A single breakdown on a wash plant like Big Red or Slucifer could cost tens of thousands in lost time. The crew was running on empty, physically and mentally exhausted. They gave everything, but the gold just wasn't showing up in the volumes they needed. In the end, after all the blood, sweat, and frozen mud, the final weigh-in was a gut punch. They mined 6,837 ounces, a huge haul worth a staggering $18.30 million. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, it should be a busy place down here this year if we get through all that ground. Yeah, especially once you get Lucifer going, this place gets hopping. Keep up the good work. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks for coming back this year, too. To most people, that's an incredible success. But for a crew that had been chasing a much bigger number, it felt like failure. For the first time in 14 straight years of mining, Parker Schnabel had set a goal and missed it. The look on their faces said everything. They were crushed, but what they didn't know yet was that the real payday was about to make this failure feel like the biggest win of their lives. But the gold count only told half the story. Cashing the checks from Hell's Acre. So after a season that pushed them to the absolute limit, what does a real payday look like for Parker's crew? This is where things get truly mind-blowing. Let's get down to the numbers. An entry-level miner on Parker's team, someone just starting out, earns around $28 an hour. That already sounds pretty solid, right? Way more than many tough blue-collar jobs, but here's the reality. A typical work week under Parker is nearly 75 hours long. Do the math, that rookie is pulling in about $2,590 gross in a single week. Over a full 6-month mining season, that beginner can walk away with roughly $65,000, and that's before any bonuses even come into play. That's just the starting point. For mid-level guys, the ones who've been around a few seasons, pay climbs closer to $34 an hour. The real money goes to the skilled veterans, heavy equipment operators, mechanics, and foremen. These guys can earn between $80,000 and $100,000 for the season, and for the absolute top-tier talent, the ones who can practically smell the gold, some pull in as much as $150,000 in a single season. Think about that. That's cramming what feels like 18 months of hard labor into just 6 months. On top of that, Parker provides free housing and meals for the entire crew for the whole season. In a remote place like the Yukon, that perk alone saves each worker thousands and thousands of dollars. It's a full package that makes the brutal hours feel worth it, turning pure exhaustion into a very fat bank account. Brotherhood, bonuses, and brutal honesty. Let's be real, you don't survive 16-hour days in freezing Yukon mud just for a good hourly wage. There's something deeper that keeps Parker's crew coming back year after year. It starts with a brilliant strategy: Parker's performance-based bonus system. He knows human nature. To keep his team operating at superhuman speed, they need more than a paycheck, they need skin in the game. The more gold they pull out of the ground, the bigger the bonus check at the end of the season. It turns a job into a mission. Every ounce in the sluice box is money in their pocket, but this system isn't a golden ticket for everyone. There's a clear divide. Positions like night truck drivers or entry-level laborers don't qualify for those bonuses. Their work is essential, but it's not seen as directly driving the gold total. It's a harsh reality of the business, creating an internal hierarchy where some have the chance to earn a fortune while others are capped at their wages. Still, even for those guys, Parker has built a system that creates intense loyalty. He's known for being direct, transparent, and fair. No secrets. No hidden agendas. If you're unhappy, the door is open. But if you stay, he takes care of you. For me, it's just like not running out of money, 'cause time costs money, right? And I don't know that this is the right thing, but I know what we were doing was wrong. This is where the real genius of his operation shines. The unspoken benefits. Providing free housing and meals for an entire crew in one of the most remote, inhospitable places on Earth is a logistical and financial monster. Those costs come straight out of Parker's pocket, but it's not just about saving money. It's about building a tribe. When you live, eat, and breathe mud together for 6 months straight, you form bonds stronger than any contract. This sense of brotherhood, forged in frozen dirt, is what keeps morale up when the machines break and the gold disappears. It's the glue that holds the whole operation together. That's why so many of these guys stay loyal for years. The paycheck gets them there, but the mutual respect and camaraderie are what make them stay. But even those huge salaries are just the tip of the iceberg, the secret TV paycheck that dwarfs the gold. Here's the secret that changes everything. The gold they dig out of the ground is only one part of their income. The real money machine is the television show itself, Gold Rush. Being on one of the biggest shows on the Discovery Channel comes with a paycheck that makes their mining salaries look small. This is the ultimate wow factor most viewers never even think about. Let's break down the jaw-dropping numbers. For the mine bosses, Parker Schnabel, Tony Beets, Rick Ness, the payout per episode is estimated to be between $25,000 and $30,000. A typical season of Gold Rush has about 20 episodes. Do the math, Parker could be making over $500,000 a season just for being on camera. But it's not just the bosses who cash in. Supporting cast members, the familiar faces running equipment and weighing gold, can earn around $10,000 per episode they appear in. Over a full season, a key crew member's TV earnings alone can land between $200,000 and $600,000, on top of their already generous mining salary. It's almost unbelievable money. Of course, not everyone gets the same deal. Veteran cast members who've been on the show for years, like Parker, command the biggest shares. Newcomers have to prove their value before they can negotiate those higher rates. That's just how the entertainment business works. This secret income stream completely reframes the entire show. The pressure to find gold is still real, because it drives the story, but the financial safety net from the TV show is massive. It explains why they can take huge risks, like Parker's $15 million Dominion Creek purchase. They're not just betting on the gold in the ground. They're betting on the drama that comes from chasing it, and for the network, that drama is worth its weight in gold. But what about Parker's personal fortune? More than a miner, the CEO of gold. It's almost hard to believe when you step back and look at Parker Schnabel's journey. He wasn't just the grandson of a legend. He was a teenager who took a family legacy and turned it into a gold-plated empire. But when did he truly become the powerhouse we know today? You have to go back to season 9, the year he didn't just meet expectations, he completely shattered them. Can you imagine pulling over 7,400 ounces of gold out of the ground? That haul wasn't just a record. It was worth over $8 million. Our season total cause our gold 7,427.250. And from that moment on, Parker Schnabel refused to look back. But was that a fluke? A once-in-a-lifetime season? The very next year, his operation topped the $10 million mark. Even more telling, when the entire world shut down during the global pandemic, Parker's crew didn't just survive, they thrived. They pulled in a staggering 7,500 ounces, worth $14 million in revenue. The numbers are astronomical. But it leads to the real question: with all that gold coming out of the ground, what does Parker himself actually earn from it? Sources estimate that from the mining operation alone, his personal take-home pay sits somewhere between $600,000 and $1 million per season. But if you think that's the end of the story, you're only seeing one piece of a much bigger financial machine. What about his massive television salary? Add that in, along with a whole portfolio of other income streams that make him more of a brand than just a miner. We're talking lucrative sponsorships, merchandise sales, television royalties, and paid guest appearances. So what does it all add up to? All told, Parker Schnabel's net worth is estimated to be over $10 million, a fortune he built before he even turned 30. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, is this even real? Does a crew truly get paid that much? Does a young guy like Parker really run a multi-million-dollar operation and walk away a millionaire year after year? It's tempting to see the flashy numbers and think it's an easy path to riches. But if we stop there, we miss the single most important detail: the crushing weight of the risk. Every cent of the operation is on him. The fuel. The million-dollar machinery. The constant repairs. The land leases. And that massive payroll. It all comes out of his pocket first. If they have a truly catastrophic season, the crew still gets paid. It's Parker's neck on the line. That loyalty you see isn't just about money. It's deep respect for the man who bets it all every single year, and has consistently found a way to win. It's a high-stakes gamble where the rewards are just as massive as the risks. So the crew walks away rich, even in a bad season. But does knowing about the massive TV paychecks change how you see their struggle for gold? Like and subscribe for more secrets from behind the screen. Thanks for watching.